everybody, welcome. We have
Are,
to
are we
have to
live?
go live that we finally broke this streak.
Frank, I don't think we're
Didn't get
live.
to a full year. It says we're live.
Doesn't say it for me.
It says we're live. I just got the
I see
notification.
we're live.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
live.
Oh, now we're
20
live.
seconds
Okay,
in.
I see.
Stop
Sorry, StreamYard is
smoking
being
whatever
weird.
that you were smoking before the game got going. You go
This
ahead.
is
You
long,
two
long
talk really
overdue,
quick. I
boys.
got to share some stuff, so go ahead.
Wait, am I talking?
Yeah, go ahead. Talk.
Oh, yeah, sure. I can.
You
talk.
never shut the hell up anyway. Easy, go
Yeah,
for
I
it.
guess you're not wrong about that. Well, look, all I gotta say is thank God. like this is more. If I'm being honest, it's more relief than jubilation. Like I'm just relieved that we finally got in the win column. But honestly, relief's a pretty good feeling. Like it feels pretty damn good. DJ Moore might be the best receiver the Bears have ever had. Look, I mean,
Just by one game.
honestly, look, I love Brandon Marshall. I thought Brandon Marshall was great when he was with the Bears, but I think Dennis McKinnon was really solid. Willie Galt obviously had his moments, but DJ Moore might be the best receiver the Bears have ever had, which is kind of sad to think about because it's been 5 games. But look, I'm just also I want to shout out some of these guys, specific players tonight. Number 1, Cairo Santos, 4 for 4 on his field goals, made all his extra points.
He's been our most consistent all year.
He's money.
Yes.
He's absolutely money. Secondly, I got to shout out Kari Blazing Game. I know it's Blasting Game, but I don't know. Blazing Game sounds so much cooler.
I don't know.
Blast.
Blast kind of sounds cool too. Blast.
I don't know. I like Blazing.
He
Like he's
blast
blazing.
his shit up there.
Being a
but
fullback,
he's also
blast
blazing
works.
through
Blaze a
motherfucker.
blast. The blaze
And
of blast.
and yeah, I feel, he deserves credit because I've never seen the Bears lose. I've never seen any team lose 3 running backs in one game. That's insane. Maybe Foreman should have been active. Either way,
They might
shout
be
out to
thinking
Blazing
that
Game.
shit now.
He was making some good runs. He was cutting through the defense. He was running into people. What up, Jeremy? Yes, I'm not a big club dub guy. I never liked it with Matt Nagy, but I'll take what I could get. A win is a win is a win. So we're gonna be happy with this one. But yeah, shout out to those guys and Stroman Jr. Greg Stroman, I think his name is, with the pick early in the game. Terrell Smith had a big play, big turnover, and of course DJ Moore and our quarterback Justin Fields. Amazing performance from those guys. And
Don't forget Billings. Billings stepped up.
Oh, Billings
had
stepped
some
up.
big
He's
games.
the
He had
beast
that
up that
big
middle.
For
They
sure.
did a great job at containing the run.
Yeah, they didn't
Yes.
realize it containing the run. They're really good at that portion of the game. But when it comes to, when teams have to pass and they're going to pass, they just can't pin their ears back. But look, we're not going to lament over the fact that they almost blew it again. We're just going to, I'm just very happy to be in the win column. It's about damn time.
I was worried. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, no, I was fucking terrified.
Worried. That first drive of the second half, and then we didn't go 3 and out. We at least got 1 first down after that one. But still, we gave the ball back to them within 90 seconds is all we took off. And
I felt a little bit better once we got that field goal. We got a field goal. They didn't. Once they got the ball
There's
back,
no way DJ Moore
didn't
stepped
come
out of
right
bounds,
down
by
the
the way.
field. No, yeah, we definitely got hosed on that one. They didn't. They never showed a good replay on that DJ throw because
they didn't.
The replays that they did show,
really.
it did not look like he came even close to stepping out of bounds.
They
blew the whistle premature.
The only thing we can say though is the ref was right there. He was right there.
And also, we didn't really get to see a good replay. But my theory is that they cut away fast when they know they got it wrong. But look, I don't know. Either way, we end up getting points on that drive anyway. But could someone teach Cody Whitehair how to snap the ball?
He hasn't been. I mean, this time he somewhat has a reason he hasn't really done it. He did it training camp this year, but never does it in practice anymore. Never really does any of that. And it's not like he can't snap it. He just can't do it from the shotgun.
I feel like
he is just awful from the shotgun.
But
that's how he was.
I'm not trying to say. Obviously, professionals could do anything better than any of us can do on the football field. However, I think when it comes to the simple act of snapping the ball, I think any of us could do a little better than Cody Whitehair did tonight at that. That being said, filled in at center, did a good job. I was really impressed, especially early on with the pockets. I think the offensive line played really, really well early in the game. Yeah, Darnell Wright got worked a couple times by Montez Sweat. Sweat's one of the best pass rushers in the league.
Montez Sweat is a beast.
Exactly.
Darnell Wright is a rookie. Again, that shows bad coaching where he should not be left one-on-one all the time. But, I mean, for the most part, he did contain him. I maybe saw 3, maybe 4 times that he kind of got worked over pretty nicely.
That was early in the game. And
the first play of the game, he got worked over bad. But then, even when he did get worked over, his footwork is so beautiful that he's able to get into a place where it's not getting at least right at the quarterback.
It seems like I don't know how to put it, but his hips always look like they're in the right place.
Yeah. And his arms don't. Like, his arms could be over here, but his hips are still in the way.
Yes.
And he doesn't hold either, knock on wood.
He's going to be a really good player, and, you got a budget for really good pass rushers getting through your rookies. That's just kind of going to happen. And the Bears still managed to have a really nice offensive showing. Still a little questionable play calling towards the end of the game there, I thought. They got real conservative with the lead.
I don't get this conservative crap. I really hate this conservative crap. And
they are still learning how to win.
And you're not wrong on that one. There's no question about that. But it's about adjustment still when it comes down to this, because Washington went in there. I'm sorry, I'm never going to call them the Commanders. I'll call them the Commandos.
I kind of like the football team.
You may not.
I actually enjoyed the football.
They're going to have to change their names soon.
But yeah,
when they went into the halftime show, they came out and immediately started blitzing. That's all they were doing. And Justin struggles when they do that. But it's not just that Justin struggles. It's our coaching staff struggles at calling plays. Like, when we started blitzing their team, they were throwing quick 5-6 yard slant plays right up the middle for 10-15 yards almost every single time.
Yep.
Why the fuck can't we do that? I don't get why we never do that.
Well, the thing is, eventually they did do that late in the game. Well, they didn't do a slant, but they did an out route.
It wasn't a slant. It was an out. It was an out, which an out is a lot harder than a slant, in my opinion.
Right, but the point being, they did a quick – my point is they did a quick pass to their best player, and he broke it for 56 yards. So I'm glad to see that they did something in that realm. And Diab, I just sent you a link. I emailed it to you. But yeah, I mean – you're right. And this is something that I've been wondering, like, since the Rex Grossman days. Like, just throw a fucking slant. Like, just give your guy 5-10 yards over the middle. Like, I never understood the reluctance to do those kinds of things.
Those are the times where you wish, I mean, I hate to say his name, but you could throw Mark Trestman in as maybe like a wide receivers coach, because he threw slants all the fucking time. Too much. We were yelling at him about it. But in a situation like that, those are the plays where you need or even just a quick, like, and this is not a knock on Cole Kmet, because everyone knows I love Cole Kmet, but why wasn't he involved really when they were doing those all-in blitzes, do those quick little slant types, those 5-and-out quick catch, gain 5, 6, 7 yards every freaking time then?
Yeah, no,
run the clock.
The thing is, a guy like Kmet should always be a mismatch. He's taller than everyone. He should be able to, and
he had a monster first half again.
You should be able to play a little basketball with him. Although, he did piss me off when he fumbled today. I'm glad we recovered. But, like when he jukes back and like tries to –
no harm, no foul. He got it back.
No harm, no foul. Exactly. And, good on him for getting it back. But yeah, no, he had a good game. He showed up, big touchdown to end the half. And, really everyone on offense played well. I think Mooney, I think he and Justin are just a little out of sync right now. I would like to see them kind of build up a little more of their rapport.
Correct. Tell me if you guys saw this on that first play. Maybe it's because Field hailed it up there too much, but if DJ Moore kept running, he might have caught that in perfect stride.
You mean Mooney?
Mooney, sorry. He kind of stopped to go up to get the ball, and it went over his head. If he would have kept running, it would have been 6.
You're right. That's what Diop said. It looked like and that's kind of what he does is like one of the issues with his game is body positioning, as Diop was explaining earlier. I definitely thought if he would have kept running, he would have had it. I also think that the throw in the end zone that Mooney he didn't drop, but that the defender kind of interfered with him on, but they didn't call it. when I watched it again, it did look like Justin probably could have put a little more on the ball.
He could.
But something that I like today is even Justin's incompletions. He didn't have any throws where it was like, holy shit, that's a terrible throw. He missed a couple here and there, but they were all misses where only his guy could get it.
There. Like, I mean, it happened.
Yeah, no one's gonna have a perfect game.
But I will say this, and I loved this play call, is when they missed Mooney on that first play of the game, second play after that play, you went deep the freaking more on the other side. I was like, I love the fact that you kept it going.
Yes,
I just wish they can do that for 4 freaking quarters. And the thing that bugged me the most is Eberflus said too. He's like, we can't keep our feet off the gas. We got to keep attacking. We got to keep attacking. I was like, then why didn't you fucking do it? You played.
Well, I'm hoping now that they got a win, Frank.
Conservative.
I'm hoping now that they got a win that they'll start to do that more.
Yeah,
like now that they figured out how to win, so to speak, they're in the win column. I hope now they play with a little bit more testicles. But man, what was I going to say?
Now that Claypool, though, hold on. Now that Claypool isn't in there, Mooney should definitely get more opportunities to be more in the offense.
He had
they should be able to hash that shit out.
Yeah, he did have the opportunities today, though.
He just miss a few. It wasn't like he was. Again, I don't think Mooney was necessarily bad. It's just that he was just a little off, And,
they were trying to get him involved. They were trying to get him involved. They were slightly off. I think within a few more weeks, a few more practices, they figure that shit out. They get more in sync. So, like I said, it really does seem to me with Claypool not being in that locker room, like they removed a cancer. And I hate to put that label on that guy, but I just can't help notice it's not just a little bit better; it's a lot better. The offense is flowing just way better.
Yeah, but I still got to say that this is play calling too. I don't know if I can really put that on Claypool.
No, exactly. And when Claypool's asked, are you a problem? Is the problem with the coaching? Are they not using you right? What's he supposed to say? No, they're using me right. I just suck. He's playing for a contract. I
was not against what he said because he was 100% right.
No, he was right. He was right.
It's yes and no because you look at some of his tape. He's not running great routes. He's pulling me some dog shit.
He's hardly running routes
into that.
Yeah, is right too. You're both kind of right because the offense has been so much better ever since Claypool, hasn't been playing. We had 2 straight weeks of really good offensive production. That said, but
having one guy not believe in the scheme or thinking oh, this ain't gonna fucking work, saying that shit or kind of having that type of attitude rubs off.
But let me tell you this though, because this is the thing that kind of bothers me about that is DJ Moore said that, Justin Fields said that, Cole Kmet said something similar like that. A few defensive players said that. But one person said it and that person got punished. I mean, I honestly don't think they liked Claypool. They didn't like his effort. They don't like his effort in practices. They were looking for a reason to drop him, and this was just that reason.
Yeah, no, that's honestly fair. I just wish they hadn't given up a first-round pick for him.
And I want to flip it to this. I want to flip it to the defensive side again too.
Okay, can I say one more offensive point real quick?
Go for it. Yeah.
I just want to say, in addition to DJ Moore, even when you have a lead, throwing downfield to him, even late in games, another reason why, the reason why that's not a bad thing is first of all, if it's intercepted, it's an arm punt, and secondly, the chances of you getting a pass interference penalty on a really good receiver like that are very high. And the football team, the Washington football team, was trying that a lot. And, it worked. I'm so glad the refs picked up that flag on Tyreek Stevenson, by the way. That was such a smart move. But
just throwing Chef in there. What up, Chef?
What up, Chef? But point being, late in games, you have the lead.
Driving home, Chef. Be safe.
Throw downfield to Mooney. Throw downfield to Moore. And if he doesn't catch it, there's still a good chance to get PIs. So, that's pretty much all I wanted to say about that. It's just be aggressive late in games. That's what I want to see from the offense. We can flip the defense.
We'll stay on the offense for a little bit. We'll try to keep it. But when it comes down to this, and I'm going to give a huge shout out because I'm not going to say a hater on him. I just didn't think he was much. And now this is 2 straight games, and I hope he's okay. Khalil Herbert, man.
Mm-hmm.
God damn, like these last 2 games,
He looked
like
real
he
good.
is just turning into. I felt like, I mean, I'm not saying this to bring him down, but it seems like his speed's not nearly as much there right now. But when it comes down to that, his power is ridiculous right now, man. That guy is not going down.
He runs like someone said, if you don't score on this play, I'm going to burn your house down. Like, he looks like he's just angry at the ground, and he just runs through everyone. He's a bear. Like, he's a good, solid bear. And I respect him. Like, I respect the hell out of how he plays.
And Jeremy, I'll give you, I do remember you saying that. And I mean, it's only been 2 games. I'm not knocking Herbert, but he's still not a good pass blocker. And he is still not a good catcher out of the backfield. I think he's kind of improved maybe a little bit on those.
He dropped one today
on those screen type passes, but again, he had
half the running backs in the league are not good at pass blocking.
You're not wrong on that. But when you have a shitty offensive line, pass blocking can help.
I don't think I don't.
Hopefully,
I don't know if I want to call our offensive line shitty anymore. I think Jenkins helped a lot today. And that's a good defensive line.
A lot of time.
They gave him time today. This is one thing I will say. I am officially over Braxton Jones because Larry Borum is way better on that side than Braxton Jones.
Whoa.
That's not a whoa. That's a fact.
No, I agree.
How many false
He got beat quite a few times this week and last week.
Braxton's gotten beat like literally 50% of the time he's out there.
Braxton's still got to lift more. Just I think it could be good.
Braxton's not ready. He is not ready.
Borum does have a year ahead of him.
He does. I'll give you that. He does have a year ahead of him.
I also and that's a very important thing, Coach, that you mentioned. He does have a year on him, and I think that's an important thing that we sometimes forget is that, like, when I say like Braxton Jones isn't ready, that doesn't mean he doesn't have the potential. A lot of these guys were taken 4th, 5th rounds because they're developmental. Mm-hmm. It's going to take some time for a lot of these guys to get good, and we're going to see it pretty soon with Darnell Wright. I think we've seen Jenkins improve a lot. I think he started off pretty good, but
I will say this: when Jenkins was not in the game, it was noticeable.
Yes,
clearly 100% noticeable because Collins was getting run over. We weren't able to establish any run game whatsoever. Yeah, even though we didn't have running backs.
I like Ja'Ree Carter, but he has. There are moments where it's very distinguishable that he's in when he gets railroaded by a tackle.
Yeah.
I like the kid a lot, but I don't think he's there physically yet. Maybe he'll never be there, but there are moments where he plays where you don't notice him, but the plays that you notice that he's in, you're like, God damn, he got steamrolled.
Yeah. And he got steamrolled. I at least visually saw it twice today when he got steamrolled.
Yeah.
And that's not good because that was one of the ones where Justin Fields, where you were just like, there's our offensive line when he literally snapped the ball and he had somebody in his face right away.
That said,
also Larry Borum has a benefit. I mean, he played right tackle for a full year. Right tackle. So him going to left tackle, it seems like it may be a deficit, but it actually may have benefited him. Playing the left tackle to where he's a suitable backup or a quote unquote swing tackle.
Well, he's at the very worst. At the very worst, he's a swing tackle.
Yeah,
and I think that's good. I think he's one of those guys you could plug in at any position on the line. That was part of his draft profile, and that's why I still think he was a really good pick. Also, there was one moment today where I was looking at the offensive line, and it was like in order. I believe it went Darnell Wright, Tevin Jenkins, Whitehair. I can't remember who was the left. Oh, Davis. And Borum, and I was like, okay, this isn't so bad. Like you could get a worse offensive line than that. And they proved it. They were holding up in pass protection most of the day. Justin got sacked a few times. He also held the ball, like he does a little bit too long. But God, I can't sit here and criticize Justin after his performance today. And same with the line. They mostly did a really good job. And I'm impressed.
Just no turnovers from Justin. That was big.
Since we got the crooked commission right now, who's got DJ Moore on that fantasy team?
I do not, but I'm really shocked that he's only second all time for a single game record. Like 230 is an amazing stat. Like, who has the record for Bears? I don't know.
No, he's second all time for the Bears. Second all time
exactly.
for the game
is
number one.
Who has the record though?
Who has number one?
Number one is Alshon Jeffrey. He did it against the Saints, I believe, in 2013.
And he only had like 240, I think, or something like
249.
Really?
And then the all-time record.
Okay, so it's a recent record. Okay, I thought it was like one of those old school 1950s guys or something.
No, I'm gonna keep nerding out. The all-time record is Calvin Johnson, who had 336 against the Cowboys in 13 or 14. But yeah.
Yeah, and let me address this.
I'm so fun at parties.
I'm going to address Matt on this one. Cody is not a center. Snap-wise, Cody is not a center, but he is still a better center than Lucas Patrick.
Yes.
Lucas Patrick is just a glass house. That guy, if he stubs a toe, he's out 6 to 8 weeks. Like, I mean,
he went to the locker room again.
Stay healthy. Like, he can't. And that was his issue in Green Bay, too. A lot of people were saying that. Like, he had potential, but he can never make it through a full season without getting hurt. He is the Anthony Davis of the NFL.
He is, not nearly as
well.
good.
Anthony Davis is a much better player, so I won't say that, actually.
Yeah, no, I think that would be Bakhtiari, honestly. But no, there's always like that one player who feels like they're getting injured every single game. Up until this point, it was Brisker, but Brisker looked like he stayed in the whole time. Now he struggled a little bit.
He got knocked around a few times, like not knocked around and I'm like hurt, like banged up a little bit, but he played well.
It would help a little bit to have Eddie Jackson back there with him.
I hate this. We don't got T on here, so we could say that. That's fine.
Yeah, I know.
Hicks is definitely a liability.
Yeah, he is. He made a couple of good plays, but he made a couple big mistakes as well. Yeah. And I mean, it's a learning curve for him too. I mean, he's in his second year, and he's not ever even getting any playing time yet either. So,
also, he's definitely learning on the job.
Tyreek Stevenson, I want to talk about him real quick because he got burned a few times, and all I've heard is how great he is.
He missed some big tackles too. He's a big tackler, and he had a rough game.
Yeah,
he's still a rookie.
There's no question. We're not knocking on him or anything like that. He is a rookie, and
unfortunately, as the rookie, he's considered the number one corner now, especially not in the slot. So he's going to get a lot of those. He's going to get a lot of draws against top tier receivers, and he's going to get beat a lot of the times. So you just got to hope that JJ comes back healthy because obviously Smith, who went out with injury late in the late third, early fourth. He went out with injury. He's the number one corner. And because he's so physical, he's going to get beat quite often, unfortunately.
I'm feeling like once Kyler Gordon and Jalen Johnson gets back, something tells me about the way Tyreek plays that he could be such a good slot.
Okay. Yeah.
Tell me if I'm wrong.
Like another nickel?
Yeah, as the nickel guy, like as like a Bryce Callahan.
You usually want him a little bit more lengthy in size, though.
The problem but
he's so physical is my point.
He is physical. I'll give you that.
The problem is his lateral quickness. When you have a guy who plays that nickel, you want that guy to be a kind of quote unquote smaller, quicker guy. Like the guy who's stronger in that slot is going to present problems because if he can't get that jam, he's going to get beat immediately.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember. Didn't we have like a real physical nickel at one point? I'm trying to think who it was.
Bryce Callahan, but he was quick and fast.
Right.
And then
I think Callahan was the most underrated player we've ever had.
Stevenson's strong north and south running and everything like
exactly.
that.
He's more of a he's more of a vertical. Yeah, he's more of a vertical corner. He's not a east and west corner. If you want to take it back even further, Nathan Vasher was a very good slot because he was small and fast.
Also,
but he wasn't very physical.
Charles Tillman helped him a lot.
Exactly.
Yeah, we had a dynamic defense that could have helped anybody.
No, the best.
I agree, John. That may have bought him than
anyone. Zach Bowman led the league at interceptions one year because he was playing with Peanut. I'm just saying. But anyway,
that's true.
That's a whole
team defense.
What I like about the defense, though, blitzing so much is that one play on third down, just because of the pressure, even though Gibson was open on the flat, it was still an incomplete pass.
Yep.
Just because of the pressure alone. Like, so even though we weren't there and it wasn't necessarily us that was stopping them, the fact that, that pressure alone just caused the pass to be rushed. And that's part of the benefit of being able to rush them there and why we should do it a bit more often.
And the truth is the pressure was it was non-existent at times, but it wasn't horrible the whole night. And it got there a lot and they still weren't able to complete a lot of those sacks. Sam Howell was just like Cam Newtoning it up back there and just making people miss. which, you know, you want to see them. You want to see the Bears on defense. You want to see them be able to finish those tackles. But also, you know, props to Sam Howell. I think he played. You know, I think
Sam Howell's got a bright future ahead of him.
Yeah, I think he's a tough
kid. If he can, that toughness can get you hurt though. Like those are the key things. Sometimes he's taking those big hits and everything like that you really don't want them taking.
Because the reason Sam a glorified Josh McCown?
Well, I think Josh McCown is the greatest quarterback of all time.
Yeah, you said that right there. Easy's got a bromance with Josh.
Yeah,
McCown.
He's kind of my man crush, not gonna lie. I think Josh McCown's the best quarterback the Bears have ever had. But you know, that's a whole other conversation. The numbers back that up, by the way. But we can talk about that.
It's a big statement. Yeah.
I mean, this is the thing. Since we're flipping over to the defensive side, like this hits principle is pissing me the fuck off.
I hate it.
All right, because there is no hits principle. All right, it's what makes me sick to my stomach. Like
it's called play
there
football.
Are so many missed tackles, and that is from secondary, that is from linebackers, and most of all, and I'm going to give credit to our defensive front again. They had a pretty good game, putting pressure on Sam Howell, but again, with this not taking the freaking guy down, like we are one of the, not including today, because I think we finished the game with 6 sacks, because we got 3 sacks at the end of the game that really didn't matter, I don't think. But we finished the game with 6 sacks. We only had 2 going in. We could have easily had like 10, 12 sacks already within the first like 3 games if we could have fucking taken down Baker Mayfield when we needed to.
Yeah.
Like
Baker's a slippery little bastard.
But he is, and this Sam Howell kind of reminds me. I mean, not going to say honestly me of a Baker Mayfield, but that is a similar comparison.
It's a good comp. It's a really good comp.
And like, what Baker Mayfield should have been if Cleveland didn't just absolutely kill the guy, just like we do to every one of our quarterbacks.
By the way, Baker's good. He's been playing really well this season.
He's got a good system that benefits him.
Yeah, I've always been I've always been a Baker guy, so you know it's good to see him doing well. But yeah, no, you're right. Cleveland definitely did not do him any favors. But yeah, just
this hits principle.
It would help to get a little more pass rush going.
I would literally like. I believe we spoke to a Chicago Bears player, and he was telling us that like some of the hits principles that they do is if you get tackled inside the 5-yard line. If it is past the 10-yard line, I think they said you get fined.
Wait, why?
It's just it's part of like that hits principle where you need to work your ass off. I do not want you getting tackled inside that 5-yard line. If you are in that 5-yard line, you stay on your freaking feet.
Which 5-yard line? Scoring or
scoring?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, scoring.
Interesting.
And like missing tackles, they're supposed to be getting fined.
That's crazy.
If you're telling me that these players are this was only during preseason we heard this, so we don't know if it's an actual legitimate thing.
That's crazy.
But if you're telling me that this is a true thing, then our players should be broke.
Correct.
They should be freaking broke because
they're doing so much shoulder bumping.
Yeah. They're not wrapping up the guy. If you get bowled over, I don't give a shit. Get bowled over. If that guy gets an extra yard because you got bowled over and you held him down until somebody else got there, I'm fine with that. I don't care. You don't got to make the perfect hit.
The problem isn't like I'm not going to get mad at a player for getting beat by another player who played better. I'm going to get mad at a player who doesn't give effort and, who doesn't try. Also, the thing about the hits principle is, to me, it's just like a corny, cheesy way of saying we're going to go out there and play football. Yeah. Like football should be intense. You should be hitting. You should be. What does the H stand for again?
Hits.
Hit. It might stand for hits. I don't know. But yeah, like that's kind of what football is.
I think it was hustle or something.
I think it's hustle. Yeah,
hustle,
I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah,
hustle.
Football.
It
is
should
hustle,
be
right. Like,
and the T isn't even tackles. I don't think it should freaking be tackles.
I think it's turnovers.
Yes.
It's turnovers.
Take the ball away or something like
we should rewrite this whole.
That's good. I like turnovers. And by the way, shout out to Terrell Smith. He had a nice strip. I think I'd mentioned that earlier.
That was a very nice.
Yeah, it wasn't a peanut punch, but it was his own thing, and it was cool.
Yeah. It was a nice strip for sure. It was a big part, big moment of the game.
Correct.
Yep, this one's for Dick.
Finally got a dub.
Gotta love that Dick, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Finally broke that losing streak. It just feels so
we're a Dick-friendly podcast. I'm sorry.
Yes, that was a good win for Dick. That was.
Yeah.
It really was to come out, and they played. It was right out the gate. The defense was hard.
I just wish that second half we could have played with a little bit more balls for Dick.
Yep, balls for Dick. I feel like if you ever started a band, it would be called Balls for Dick.
Honor of Dick.
Not so bad. Hustle, intensity, takeaway, smart. Yeah, that's. Yeah. Just, I don't know. Something about that just feels off.
Yeah. Turnovers would be better than takeaways. It's just like you're adding two words there. It doesn't. I don't know.
Yeah, can't you just like play football well? Do your job. Your job is disciplined. Oh yeah, Stroman, good call. He left injured at one point during the game, but yeah, that corner blitz, that was, I think that might have been Eberflus's best play call. That was key. That was clutch.
That was a great play because vision and everything like that too. Nobody saw it coming.
Yep. Really, really smart, and and that's good. That's something that other offenses will have to prepare for. Speaking of other offenses, I know we got the Vikings and Raiders upcoming. I think we go Vikings on the 15th, Raiders on the 22nd. Look, I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but those are two winnable games, and we're coming off the short bye, and it's Kirk Cousins.
We got a long week to get our players healthy, too.
Long week to get our players healthy. Hopefully we get Roshan back. I'd like to see Foreman, in the lineup regardless.
He might be. That hit looked pretty bad.
The fact that Herbert went back down on that cut.
Oh, that looked really good. Reminded me of Friday Night Lights right there. Booby Miles when he tried to come back in.
Yeah. When he stopped and tried to come back.
The fact that they kept giving the ball to Blasingame.
What'd you say?
It was trying to run the clock out.
I know, I get it, but you have to understand, for me, when I see Blasingame getting the ball for a guy who was an NFL fullback, that means that guy hasn't been given that many carries since high school. That was terrifying.
Hey, he did good.
I mean, we were down to the bottom of the barrel.
We got
and the fact that you even had your special teams running back who was injured was like, what in the hell? I was like, bro, you got to be aggressive regardless. Like this whole running the ball, like if not for the missed field goal and if not for the defense stepping up and getting sacks, way more sacks, like doubling the sacks from the first 4 games of the season in one game, it's like, bro, entering the fourth quarter, I was like, they about to get a ball at Blasingame. If they don't score a touchdown, we're gonna be in trouble. And if not for that big play by DJ Moore, we are in trouble.
Yeah, worried. And I mean, this is one thing that I will say that you brought up the Blasingame thing. I had when I saw him, or when we were giving the ball to him, and I was just like, what would happen if?
Hi, I'm David Jones.
If we would have gave Velus Jones the ball.
I was thinking that too. I was like,
I would have been worried about that because I'd be worrying about the fumble or something like that.
Punt return is different.
Like how crazy would it have been if we looked up and we just saw Velus Jones in the backfield? I would have been
I'm almost shocked we didn't see a jet sweep at some point.
Yeah, I didn't even see him in the game once, actually.
You know what? You talk about
kickoff.
You talk about jet sweep. I was so once we got off the live stream, I had to drop off a couple plates at my boy's crib because I had made them some food, me being cooking on, and I was just like, we should move DJ Moore around. Like when we do those end routes, why can't DJ Moore do those end routes? Like if he's such a weapon and he breaks so many tackles, we should move him so much. We should put him in the backfield. We should put him in the slot. We should put him at quarterback.
Yes.
There should be no reason why he shouldn't be all over formations everywhere.
Tell me if he was not lined up in the backfield and you faked a toss out to him, every freaking person wouldn't be going that way.
Exactly.
Like
out to the right to find
we have a lot of speed. The thing is, we have a lot of guys who are good with the ball in their hands on offense. That's one thing we kind of got going for us. Tyler Scott was really good on those end arounds the last game against Denver. Then who was the other guy?
Bayless had a good play a game ago.
But what'd you say? Coach?
Yeah, he had one nice catch. I remember.
Bayless had a catch and a run that was pretty decent.
Well, I think he had an end around where he lost like 5 yards though, didn't he?
Coach,
Well, I mean, obviously, we've lost that
shit up.
Bayless, we know we've lost because obviously George Pickens is obviously better at receiver than Bayless. But we've got to use him. We've got to get as much value out of him as possible.
If you're just going to keep him on the kick returns, like he's not even getting an opportunity because everything is going out of the end zone now. Like you're not.
It's even worse. So last game versus the Broncos, some of those kicks were in the middle of the end zone, and he's not even. I don't know if his confidence is completely gone. Yeah. But there's got to be a point where
telling him don't even bother.
But I feel like
but then that why have you out there? Like you got to give it a shot, like just to build self-confidence. But look, all I want to say is that I got close on the score. I said 40-24 second half, and it was 40-20. But I was like, they've got to score 13 points. I
said 38-27. I was actually but I picked Washington to win though. But
pregame or halftime? Because pregame, I didn't think no one would get to 40. I picked.
You picked 31-27. I saw your comments.
31-27.
Yeah, 31. Yeah, so you were a little closer, which is good. But I don't know. I feel like with Bayless and kick returns, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Punt returns are like 1,000 times scarier than kick returns. Oh yeah. On a punt return, it's like you got 11 people running after your ass as you make the catch, and their goal is to kill you. They want to take your head off as you catch the ball. Like, that's why I usually don't blame people for fumbling. That's right. Shout out to Trent Taylor for, he hasn't been flashy, but he's, gotten some yards after fielding the punts, and he hasn't fumbled yet, knock on wood. But
he's been doing pretty good.
Yeah.
He's just done his job.
I like him. I like what he's done so
far. Catch him. All you do is catch him.
We got to give a shout out to Jeremy. We got to give a shout out to Jeremy and JB on this because, it was there. Like, we can't forget.
But you got to have vision.
Our running, and this is the thing. Blasting game, and I know I was right there with you as far as I was worried when Blasting game was getting the ball. Especially when they told me he literally only had 4 rushes his entire NFL career. I'm like, holy shit! I didn't know that. I did not know that.
But when you hear a fullback has only 4 carries in his career, that means that man hasn't been the guy since high school. That guy hasn't been the guy in 2 years.
But he's a fullback. He's big, he's strong, and he had one of the better 6-yard runs I've seen.
3.2 yards per carry. That's 8 carries for 26 yards, 3.2 carries.
He had a career day.
I think when he had that
over 3 yards per Blazing game, you had a good day.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had the over on the yardage.
Let's go over some of these stats really quick.
I think, you know what? I'm gonna make a bold claim. I think he's going to get a touchdown this year.
Bro, have any of you are any of you still logged on to Amazon Prime for them going in the locker room with the Bears?
Nah, turned it off.
I'm watching this shit now.
I did not. Unfortunately,
are they celebrating?
Are they celebrating?
Watch it even celebrating. Into the game.
What?
I'm sorry. I'm still tuned in. I'm still tuned in to Prime, and hearing Ibrahim's talk after the game is.
I wanted to go through a little bit of stats too. So, and I want everyone to take on this. Khalil Herbert, man. I hope he's okay. Like I was saying before, I hope that injury is just a nagging injury, and we got the long week, and he'll feel a little sore tomorrow and better the next few days. I don't know, but 10 carries, 76 yards, 7.6 yards per carry.
He's got 9 days to recover.
Yeah, those were harder yards. Those weren't look, the line was opening some good holes, but those were some tough earned yards that he was gaining.
Yeah.
Even Roquan with concussion.
And we're also Justin Fields had 57 yards, most he's had this year. So that's
I just think it's wow. Okay, so only 3 Bears players caught the ball tonight on offense. That's DJ Moore, Cole Kmet, and Robert Tonyan. Not complaining, it's a win, but
I can care less, man. Yeah. Especially when you look
at it. A win, but that is a little bit concerning.
It is, but when you look at that and you see 3 catches and you only see 3 people who caught the ball, but you see one of them had 8 of them for 230 yards and 3 touchdowns. You feed the guy the rock.
You're right.
Yeah,
You just keep riding him.
100%.
The first half, but I mean, after that, it was just DJ Moore all day. And I mean, Mooney. I want your take on this, Chef, because we talked about this earlier before you got on. Like that first play of the game, if Mooney would have kept in stride, I felt
exactly
he would have that ball.
Exactly. We talked about that.
And get it.
Yep, Chef nailed it earlier.
I said that earlier. I was like, the thing that bothers me about Mooney sometimes is that even when he does make a catch. So remember that one-headed catch he had against Minnesota last year?
Yeah.
The outstanding catch.
Yeah.
If you go back and look at it, if he keeps running and doesn't turn his body, he catches that in stride. And he does that a lot. Exactly. So the opening play is like, man, if you don't turn and then turn all the way around, even if you have turned and then turn back, but him turning like literally almost 360, 180 degrees, you completely change how the ball falls because you're not in position.
It's almost like,
and that's the thing about your perception as a receiver, and that's the thing that can be worked on, but sometimes it can't because some guys in game speed don't know how to continuously run through the ball. But they tell you, like, if you can't track it over your head, turn. But like it literally turned him completely around, and he has that issue at least every 5 or 6 games. There's a deep ball that is not completed because he just kind of reads it wrong. Even when he makes a great catch, it's like, oh, that's a great catch. But then when if you like break it down, you're like, well, it would have been an easy catch if he didn't change his body position.
Yep.
So,
like his other one in the end zone, I mean, I'm going to put that a little on Justin because
that was on Justin. That was on Justin.
I saw Justin do like this. He knew it was on him. He just took
he missed that one. That one was short. That one was short. Like if Justin doesn't put as much air, if he puts it more on a better trajectory, Mooney catches it like this. But because he put too much air, then Mooney has to adjust to the ball. But
I'm just glad that we got to see some touch. Like, you know, it's like I said, Justin, he's adapting, and it's like, yeah, maybe he shouldn't have put so much air under it, but like, it's still good that he's kind of feeling these things out.
Yeah. I think that it's literally probably his, I'm not going to say his best passing game. Let's see, JB says also left tackle Justin started to play better. I mean,
I agree.
If you watch Montez Sweat beat him several times today.
He beat Wright a few times too, though.
It's going to happen.
So
Montez Sweat's one of the best pass rushers in the league.
Elite pass
Very true. I had Montez Sweat had 3 sacks coming into the game. Young had 2.5, and then Jonathan Allen had 2. So they had 7.5 sacks between all 3 of them.
Yeah.
And they minimized them. Montez Sweat, I think, had a really good game for them. But I was never down on me personally. I was not down on Larry Borom. I know he lost his job coming from last year to this year, but I thought that he had done a really good job at right tackle. Now, it's rare that a guy who fails at right tackle is successful at left tackle.
Yeah.
Typically, if you fail at left tackle, they move you to right tackle. But if he can be a better left tackle or quote unquote a swing tackle, so now you got to decide Larry Borom or the young man from Southern Utah, then I don't mind that because both those guys are obviously left tackles. And, you know, Tevin Jenkins, now if he can start and not even have to sub next week, like that's the line you want. You want this line.
Yeah. And they showed when they were out there, man. That was, and it wasn't just running the ball. I mean, they opened up some beautiful holes. Don't get me wrong for running the ball, but again, this was probably the best protection I've seen Justin Fields have.
And Kevin played more in the second half than the first half, prior to the injury to Lucas Patrick. But I've never liked Cody Whitehair and it's weird. I didn't like him at center because his snaps, if you go look at his entire time with the Bears, his snaps are very inconsistent. But today, it was more consistent when he had to do it. But Tevin at left guard, like, I don't want Tevin has to be on the field. If he's healthy, he has to play every snap next week. Now, if he's not, obviously you sub him, you bring in your swing guard. But I like this look a lot better.
Did Doug Kramer get hurt again? Our guy from U of I who we drafted?
I think he got hurt again.
God damn it, dude.
But I don't think maybe it happens all the time. Maybe he's just not an NFL center because he's not a guy who can play guard. Obviously,
he's an IQ guy. He's a smart center.
And it's not bad if you're a smart center, but if you're going to go against guys who are 320, 301, or quicker than you, like if you're just not athletic enough to play the center position, then you can't be in the league.
Yeah, there's a guy in Baltimore who was definitely more of the cerebral.
He was an IQ center. He was an IQ center.
Somebody.
I'm just saying he's doing pretty well this year.
Yeah, anybody I could do well surrounded by that fucking offensive line.
Yeah, but
that's not a knock on Mustapher. Mustapher is a serviceable center.
Okay, look, I said it at the end of the podcast. I said that he played better. He played better at center last year than anyone played for the Bears.
That's crazy.
I never said. I never. Like Mustapher is not a starting center. That's it. Like
right, but he's serviceable.
He's serviceable for a backup to come in and help if need be.
Sure.
But
sure.
I didn't
really talk about him. He's not a Barry Ward.
Starting center in Baltimore now.
Three games
in Baltimore. If Baltimore ends the year in top 5 in rushing,
that'd be fucked up.
He's going to be a Pro Bowler.
That's cheating. They got Lamar Jackson.
As soon as he leaves Chicago, he's a Pro Bowler.
Man.
Olin Cruz will be on here saying
Roquan. I wonder if he and Roquan ever just like hang out after practice and they're just like laughing, like we were with the organization.
Probably.
I'm sure
right?
There's a lot of people like that.
Yeah, no. Mitch Trubisky's just chopping it up.
No, he's not.
I know who was on Washington.
Hey, I love
Mitch. Was pretty solid on Washington.
Mitch is not. Somebody in one of the groups I was in was like, what if Mitch ends up like who's the Seahawks quarterback? Geno Smith.
Geno?
I'm like, bro, you haven't watched as much football of Mitch Trubisky as I have. Mitch Trubisky, I said this, so pre-draft I gave Mitch Trubisky a second round pick. And as a pro, I give him a backup role because if your accuracy decreases by more than 40% from inside 10 yards to 10 to 12 to 12 to 15 to 15 to 20, it's a huge problem. Like even a guy like Chad
Henning.
Pennington. Even a guy like Chad Pennington, he didn't have the arm strength, but his anticipation, his timing allowed him to throw the 10-yard out or the slot fade or something. Like you've got to be precise in those accuracy roles that you're not in those, I got the arm strength to make those throws. And Mitch just doesn't have it. He's just not that guy.
Geno didn't have it until he was like 31 years old.
It's all too good.
I'm just saying. Like,
and that's fine. But Geno also was in some bad positions as a player. Like he's with the Giants, he got the start, then they ridiculed him not because of his play, but because of the play of the decision from the offensive coordinator and the head coach. And the funny part about Geno was I always had Geno as a better quarterback. I just didn't think his deep ball accuracy was as good. But Geno was never a bad quarterback when he did start.
He had a lot of bad luck, and he was
pretty bad. Look, he was pretty bad with the Jets early on.
The Jets are very known for
Jets.
Aaron Rodgers didn't even make it past the drive.
I actually think the Geno Smith Mitch Trubisky comp is pretty strong, and I think I'm not saying Mitch is gonna be a quality starter ever, but I could see where someone drew that line because the Bears and Jets are very similar with what they do to quarterbacks.
Yeah, there's a lot of people like that, and I'm gonna shout out to Jeremy on this comment, and so I'm gonna do like a little Lou Brown quote for him because I think that's what he's waiting for. We won one today. If we win one next week, that's called a winning streak.
That's a great reference. That's a great reference.
That is.
You're talking about Lou Brown from Major League.
Major League.
He said, "Hey guys, we won a game. If we win one next game,
we got something."
All right, I think we should.
I
look
love
ahead.
that movie.
I think we should look at the schedule. I think we should look at the Bears' upcoming schedule.
Why?
Let's
Let's
find it
just
right.
take the win.
He said, "Why? Why did you say why?"
Just take the win. We got 9
Yeah,
games.
take these dubs where you can get them.
We got the Vikings next week.
Yeah, we got the Vikings and the Raiders, and then the Chargers. Who's coming out for the Chargers game? Who's coming to LA?
I'm not.
Oh,
Dude, I can't even afford to drive to Wisconsin right now, let alone.
I'm with you. I can't afford to drive to Wisconsin
young
either.
kids, they spend a lot of my money, man.
Oh my God, these young kids, they sap you of everything.
Yep.
I think it's safe to say.
I thought Sugar and Vodka said maybe. I wasn't sure.
She's in Arizona.
Somebody in the group chat.
It's not as far as a drive for her. She's in Arizona.
Yeah, you're.
Are you sure? Because I think she's from a land far, far away.
No,
Arizona?
No, she's from New Jersey.
Was it New Jersey?
Yeah.
That's up for debate.
New Mexico?
No, but actually, she's
New
actually
Zealand?
from Wyoming.
She's in the United
Tijuana?
States, that's for sure.
Brazil.
No,
New Zealand?
Kazakhstan.
We're gonna get it eventually. We got how many?
Eventually.
She's from
There's new in the first word. It's new something.
Zealand.
All right, so I appreciate you guys. I didn't even know you guys were going to go on.
We were just
Yeah,
excited
no, of
that
course.
they fucking won. So.
Hey,
We were all supposed to be on for 30 minutes anyways.
So when I saw that deep ball when he threw the wait, I ain't gonna lie. When he threw the ball to DJ, I was like, "Holy shit, that's about to get picked."
Yes. No, that's how
Oh,
we're
you're talking about the
conditioned.
one where DJ
That
made
happened
the great
twice.
play and run.
We're conditioned to think that way. 'Cause
And
we're
when
so
DJ caught that shit, I was like, "Holy shit, we done got the dub, boy!" I was. So yeah, all I have to say was I was close on the score. Following the second half, Easy had it 51-17. Crooked Commission had it 37-17. Sugar and Vodka had it 38-17. I had it 40-24.
I had it
Very close.
31-28.
Good job, Chef.
Or 31-27.
27.
I was like, there's no reason why they can't score 13. 13 should be no question. But they did scare me in that third quarter. That third quarter was like, oh my God, this coaching staff is gonna fuck this shit away.
This is one thing I was worried right away when they marched right down the field and scored a touchdown the first minute and 30 of the half. But then the next two drives, other than moving Justin out on runs, every pass play was a 5-step drop. Every single one. And it's just like, why the fuck do you keep doing this to me? You guys have been so successful that whole first half. Quick 3-step drops, finding an open guy over.
It's like throwing the ball, but even still, like, take a deep shot. Throwing the ball deep downfield is not.
They did, but it wasn't successful. But even you don't even get your tight end. Like
people think is what I'm saying. Because
I know
that could happen.
I know Cole Kmet didn't have a great game, but like you didn't get him involved at all. Like if you got those tackles, why can't you chip? Like I know it's a high school play or it's a Pop Warner play that tight end, quick drop. But if he nudges on a Montrez Sweat,
I hear you, Jeremy, man. I hear you, man.
So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna log off. It's about 11:23. I got.
We're all gonna log off.
Make sure that my family's good. I know everyone in my household is mad at me because I've been preoccupied. But thank you for bringing me on. See everybody next. Well, see all our viewers next Thursday. Good luck. Not good luck, but I hope you all have a great show. Easy and Crooked Commish and Frank, because all of you will be seen before I get seen again. So thank you again. Bear motherfucking down.
They bear down legitimately.
Amen to that, brother. A down.
40-point win. 40-point win, baby. 40-point win.
Yo, let's do it again next week.
Hell yeah. I'm all with it. So I'm going to get off of here. Easy. Frank the Tank.
Be safe.
Crooked Commish. You brothers have a great night. I'm out of here.
Peace.
All right, let's We don't have like any victory fun shit on here anymore.
Yeah, it's not really.
No, we got to work on that. We got to work.
Oh, I got
that.
one. I got one.
Here we go.
Let me find
the
it.
The only one I got is my Yippee Ki-Yay.
No, I got this.
Who do you think you are? I am.
That's a good one.
I got to get the louder version of that.
And I mean, to all the haters out there who are just, pouting, he's like, "Oh my God, you guys finally won a game."
Say what again? Say what again? I dare you.
Oh, you muted yourself.
Right? Say what one more goddamn time.
And look, I think
that's Chicago right there, baby.
I'm so glad I don't need to see that fucking Elon Musk meme again, where it's like, oh look,
yes.
every other team's won a game after he sold Twitter, but not the Bears.
Yes. Yeah,
I'm so fucking happy.
You can go ahead and burn that shit.
Oh,
all right, yeah, we'll wrap it up though. We all got probably.
All right, any shout outs at the end that we want to do?
Hey, everyone who made it on with us, appreciate it, man.
Yeah,
I know it's late. Everyone's probably got work in the morning, but shout out to you guys for jumping on with me. Shout out to Coach for jumping on as well. And fuck me, shout out Bears.
Shout out to Chicago Bears. Fucking getting the dub tonight.
I'm gonna give a shout out to Luke Getsy because again, you had a good offensive scheme where we had good offensive production, even though you change shit sometimes too when you shouldn't, and it pisses me off. But Matt Eberflus, your defense is gonna freaking make my head explode if you don't figure out this tackling shit. It's tackling 101. My 7-year-old son tackles better. Like, it is so ridiculous.
Have opposable thumbs.
Like, I can't even tell you how many times in this game you had the tackle behind the line of scrimmage or behind the first down marker on third down, and they got the first down. Because
I'm so done with third and long.
That we suck in third and longs. Suck.
It just feels like an automatic first down every time. But that's a whole
but other than that, hey, shout out Bears. We got the victory. Shout out Dick Butkus and his family.
R.I.P. Dick.
All right, and glad you helped us up there. Always still every time we're on, I'm giving a shout out to the Mongo family. Always shout out to Team Mongo.
Edinger.
Always shout out to the Edingers. I messaged her. She didn't come on. They probably sleeping. But you guys got anything else?
So,
shout
out to the Chicago Clubhouse
Easy does it tomorrow night.
Oh yeah, give your guy. And I think you got one coming up too, Crook. I think you're gonna go on.
Yes, on Mondays.
Or is it Mondays?
On Monday nights. Yes, Monday nights is gonna be. But before that, Easy does it on Fridays.
Yep, we got Easy does it on Fridays. I don't know. I have to check with Plunk to see if this one was their last one since both teams are officially done. So I don't know if they're doing one on Sunday or if this past Sunday was their last one. But yeah, shout out Crooked Commish has a fantasy football one starting Monday, where he is going to tell us who to start and who not to start. Like if you didn't start DJ Moore. You done fucked up, man.
Shame on you.
My brother should have known better.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure everybody started DJ Moore with a 32-team league that we have right now.
52 points.
Hey, I know I did.
Yeah.
There we go. All right, take it easy, guys.
Yep. Take care, everyone.
Absolutely. Good night.